Modern research and old ideas collide here at Stoic Wisdom. This channel provides growth, resilience, and clarity in a world gone chaotic and unclear. Before we go into today's wisdom, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to become a part of our community and never miss an insightful moment. Should what we provide be of benefit to you, you may add to the wisdom by doing as little as clicking the like button or forwarding it to a friend. Get mentally ready for this journey. Together, let us develop resilience, get through adversity, and pick up age-old knowledge. 1. The power of focusing on what you can control. In the journey of life, we are often confronted with circumstances beyond our control. From unexpected setbacks to the actions of others, the world presents an array of challenges that can easily disrupt our sense of peace and stability. Yet, amidst this turbulence, there lies a profound wisdom rooted in the Stoic philosophy, the imperative to focus on what we can control. This principle, central to the Stoic way of life, reminds us that while we may not dictate the external events or the behavior of others, we possess the sovereign power over our own thoughts, emotions, and reactions. At the heart of this Stoic teaching lies a fundamental shift in perspective, a shift from a mindset fixated on external circumstances to one centered on internal autonomy. It invites us to recognize the futility of attempting to manipulate the uncontrollable, and instead directs our attention inward, where true agency resides. By embracing this principle, we liberate ourselves from the shackles of external dependencies and reclaim sovereignty over our inner domain. One of the most potent aspects of focusing on what we can control is its transformative effect on our mental and emotional well-being. When we invest our energy in futile attempts to alter external circumstances, we subject ourselves to unnecessary stress, anxiety, and frustration. However, by redirecting our focus inward, we empower ourselves to cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that transcends external fluctuations. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously remarked, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." In other words, it is not the external events themselves, but rather our interpretation and response to them that shape our inner state. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, we gain mastery over our internal landscape, thereby fostering a deeper sense of tranquility and equanimity. Moreover, the practice of focusing on what we can control serves as a catalyst for personal growth and self-improvement. By acknowledging our agency in shaping our own lives, we assume responsibility for our choices and actions. Rather than succumbing to a victim mentality characterized by blame and resignation, we adopt a proactive stance that empowers us to effect positive change in our lives. This proactive mindset aligns with the Stoic concept of virtue, which entails living in accordance with reason and moral excellence. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By cultivating virtue and focusing on what we can control, we harness the power to shape our character and cultivate a life of integrity and purpose. Furthermore, the practice of focusing on what we can control enables us to cultivate deeper connections and foster harmonious relationships. When we recognize that we cannot control the actions or behaviors of others, we release the burden of expectation and attachment. Instead, we approach relationships with humility, compassion, and acceptance, honoring the autonomy and dignity of each individual. This shift from control to acceptance cultivates a spirit of empathy and understanding, fostering authentic connections built on mutual respect and trust. This Stoic wisdom reminds us that true freedom lies not in attempting to control the world around us, but in mastering the world within. As we cultivate this inner mastery, we cultivate a life characterized by resilience, growth, and flourishing. 2. The power of practicing acceptance. In a world characterized by constant change and uncertainty, the practice of acceptance emerges as a profound source of inner strength and tranquility. Rooted in the teachings of ancient philosophies like Stoicism and Buddhism, acceptance invites us to embrace the present moment exactly as it is, free from the burden of resistance or judgment. By relinquishing our attachment to desired outcomes and surrendering to the inherent impermanence of life, we unlock a gateway to peace and clarity amidst the chaos. At its core, acceptance is an acknowledgement of reality, an acknowledgement that the present moment is the only reality we truly inhabit. Rather than clinging to illusions of how things should be or lamenting over what could have been, acceptance beckons us to fully engage with the here and now. It invites us to release the grip of our ego-driven desires and expectations, allowing us to perceive reality with clarity and equanimity. One of the greatest gifts of practicing acceptance is its ability to alleviate suffering. Much of our mental anguish stems from our resistance to the present moment. When we stubbornly cling to our preferences and aversions, we create internal conflict that breeds stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. However, by embracing acceptance, we transcend this cycle of suffering. We come to realize that while we may not have control over external events, we possess the power to choose our response. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously remarked, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. By accepting what is beyond our control and directing our focus to what we can influence, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we reclaim agency over our inner state and cultivate a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Moreover, the practice of acceptance fosters resilience in the face of adversity. Rather than resisting or denying the challenges that life presents, we meet them with courage and equanimity. Acceptance does not imply passivity or resignation. Rather, it empowers us to navigate life's storms with grace and resilience. By accepting the reality of the present moment, we gain clarity of mind and the ability to discern the most effective course of action. As the Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully encapsulates, peace can exist only in the present moment. It is pointless to resist the present moment. Just let it be. Furthermore, the practice of acceptance deepens our capacity for gratitude and appreciation. When we cease to resist the present moment and instead embrace it with open-hearted acceptance, we awaken to the beauty and wonder that surrounds us. We cultivate a profound sense of gratitude for the simple joys of existence, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of nature unfolding before our eyes. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. As we cultivate this practice, we embark on a journey of profound self-discovery and spiritual awakening, paving the way for a life of serenity, fulfillment, and joy. 3. Harmonizing with the universe. In our fast-paced modern world, it's easy to become disconnected from the rhythms of nature and the wisdom inherent in its cycles. Yet, throughout history, philosophers, sages, and spiritual leaders have extolled the virtues of living in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Rooted in ancient wisdom traditions like Stoicism, Taoism, and indigenous philosophies, the principle of living in accordance with nature calls upon us to recognize the interconnectedness of all life and align our actions and desires with the greater whole. At its essence, living in accordance with nature is an invitation to attune ourselves to the rhythms and patterns that govern the cosmos. It is an acknowledgement of the inherent order and intelligence present in the natural world, a wisdom that transcends human understanding. By recognizing our place within this vast web of life and embracing the principles that govern it, we cultivate a deeper sense of connection, purpose, and meaning. Central to the concept of living in accordance with nature is the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. In the Stoic tradition, virtue is regarded as the highest good, the cultivation of moral excellence and alignment with reason. By embodying virtues such as courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance, we align ourselves with the natural order of the universe and cultivate a life of integrity and purpose. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "Virtue is nothing else than right reason." By living in accordance with the dictates of reason and moral virtue, we harmonize our actions with the greater cosmic order, fostering a sense of inner harmony and alignment. Furthermore, Living in accordance with nature entails cultivating a deep reverence for the interconnectedness of all life. It is an acknowledgement that we are not separate from the natural world, but rather integral parts of a vast and intricate ecosystem. By recognizing the inherent value and dignity of all beings, we cultivate compassion, empathy, and a sense of stewardship toward the world around us. Indigenous cultures have long understood the importance of living in harmony with nature, viewing the earth as a sacred and interconnected web of life. By honoring this interconnectedness and living in harmony with others in the world around us, we cultivate a sense of reverence and gratitude for the beauty and abundance of the natural world. Moreover, living in accordance with nature invites us to embrace the principle of non-resistance, the idea that resistance to the natural flow of life only leads to suffering. Taoist philosophy emphasizes the importance of yielding to the natural ebb and flow of existence, trusting in the wisdom of the universe. By letting go of our attachment to outcomes and surrendering to the inherent wisdom of the cosmos, we cultivate a sense of serenity, acceptance, and flow. As the Tao Te Ching states, the master does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. 4. Evolving. Despite misfortune, there will unavoidably be obstacles and disappointments along the way in life. Adversity is a natural aspect of the human experience, whether we face it personally, professionally, or in the face of world problems. However, there is a deep ability for resilience among life's ups and downs, the ability to not only survive adversity, but also to come out stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. The idea of growing resilience, which has its roots in the wisdom of ancient philosophers, psychological studies, and actual experiences, asks us to see obstacles as chances for personal development and learning, gaining inner strength, bravery, and a positive outlook in the face of hardship. Resilience is fundamentally the capacity to recover from hardship, to change, and to prosper in the face of obstacles. It is not only about bearing suffering inertly, but also about actively using adversity as a springboard for personal development and change. Our reactions to life's challenges mold resilience, which is developed in the furnace of adversity. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body, said the Stoic philosopher Seneca. Growing a good attitude is one of the most important aspects of becoming resilient. Resilient people face hardship with optimism, hope, and resilience, rather than as insurmountable barriers. Redefining hardship as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling obstacle, they view setbacks as chances for development and education. Growth mindset research by psychologist Carol Dweck emphasizes the value of having faith in one's capacity to grow and learn from failure. Resilience is developed when people adopt a growth attitude, which sees obstacles as transient and overcomable, so promoting agency and empowerment in the face of hardship. Resilience can also be developed by courage and tenacity training. Resilient people muster the bravery to face their concerns, take measured chances, and keep going for their objectives in the face of hardship. Rather than running from obstacles or disappointments, they welcome them as chances to go beyond their comfort zones and increase their potential. Resilient people build resilience muscle by courageously and persistently overcoming hardship, so developing their capacity to gracefully and fortuitously negotiate life's ups and downs. Resilience is also developed by the development of social connections and support. Strong social networks and encouraging interactions have been linked to increased ability to weather hardships and recover from disappointments. Resilient people get comfort, encouragement, and useful help when they turn to their friends, family, and community. They understand the need to depend on others and give back in order to build a feeling of community and belonging that strengthens their ability to bounce back from hardship. Resilience is the ability we have to get beyond challenges, negotiate ambiguity, and come out stronger, smarter, and more in control than before. 5. The transformational potential of introspection. Modern life may easily sweep us up in the maelstrom of activity, going from one work to the next without stopping to consider our feelings, ideas, and deeds. But among all of the mayhem is a deep practice called introspection that is the secret to realizing our greatest potential. Based in age-old wisdom traditions and accepted by modern psychology, self-reflection is a discipline that asks us to look within and honestly and self-awarely assess our inner landscape. We establish a rich environment for our own development, metamorphosis, and evolution when we routinely consider our principles, objectives, and progress. Self-reflection is fundamentally a conscious, non-judgmental observation of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. It is a process of taking a step back from the rush of things and looking inward, compassionately and curiously, at ourselves. By introspection, we learn about the habits and patterns that mold our life and may reveal underlying reasons, anxieties, and aspirations that may be guiding our behavior. Remarkably, the philosopher Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living," inviting us to set off on a voyage of self-awareness and self-discovery. Self-reflection illuminates the way to personal development and satisfaction. The ability of introspection to help us better comprehend who we are and where we fit in the world is among its finest resources. We get clearer about what really important to us and what we want to accomplish by spending time to consider our values, beliefs, and priorities. We also learn to distinguish between ephemeral wants and enduring ambitions, thereby directing our activities in accordance with our greatest standards and deepest values. By use of introspection, we develop a feeling of direction and purpose that directs us toward a more meaningful and satisfying life. Self-reflection is also a potent instrument for evaluating our development and pinpointing areas that need work. We get an important understanding of our successes and failures, our strengths and limitations, by routinely assessing our goals and tracking our progress. We acknowledge our successes and grow from our failures, honing our plans and changing direction as needed. By introspection, we build a growth mindset, which is a resilient and open attitude that helps us to see obstacles as chances for personal growth. Reflection also helps us to feel deeply responsible and accountable for our own life. We own our thoughts, feelings, and deeds rather than placing the blame for our failures on other people or outside events. We understand that, by purposeful effort and conscious intention, we can mold our destinies and build the lives we want. We enable ourselves to live with integrity and authenticity, respecting our values and ideals even in the midst of adversity, by developing self-awareness and self-control. As we set out on the path of self-awareness and self-mastery, we become aware of the boundless opportunities that exist within of us and welcome the complexity and beauty of the human condition. All right, folks, we're halfway through our countdown, and it's time to dive into number 6. But before we do, I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude. Thanks for bearing with me thus far. Your support means the world to me. Now, let's keep the momentum going. Stick around till the end of the video. I promise it'll be worth it. And hey, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to show some love. Drop a like, share this video with your friends, hit that subscribe button, and if you're feeling chatty, leave a comment down below. Your interaction fuels this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right, let's get back to it. 6. Developing harmony within. We will unavoidably come across a rainbow of events along the turbulent path of life, some happy and some difficult. One deep practice that acts as a rock of stability and calms in the often shifting terrain of life is equanimity maintenance. Originating in ancient wisdom traditions like Stoicism and Buddhism, the idea of equanimity encourages us to develop emotional equilibrium and inner serenity in the face of life's many ups and downs. We open a door to deep peace and resilience when we learn to react calmly and composedly to both good and bad situations. Fundamentally, equanimity is a condition of inner balance, a calm and composed mind that is unaffected by life's ups and downs. It is the capacity to accept and mindfully welcome emotions rather than their absence. With equanimity, we can gracefully and dignifiedly negotiate life's highs and lows, staying a steady course through the storms of hardship and the lure of achievement. Walking on earth is a miracle, As Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh so eloquently puts it, the ability of equanimity to release us from the slavery of attachment and aversion is among its greatest gifts. We leave ourselves to the vagaries of outside events when we cling to transient pleasures or shrink from unavoidable suffering, swinging between joy and despair. But by becoming calm, we escape the emotional roller coaster and take solace in the quiet of our inner selves. We come to accept the experiences of life with an open heart and a calm head, understanding that happiness and sadness are merely two sides of the same coin. Equanimity helps us to develop a deep sense of acceptance and tranquility, independent of the ebb and flow of life. Furthermore, being calm under pressure promotes resilience. When faced with difficulties, we face adversity with bravery and poise rather than giving in to hopelessness or snapping in rage. Our ability to react wisely and discernibly to life's ups and downs instead of impulsively out of fear or frustration is made possible by equanimity. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Wish things to happen as they do, and all will be well with you, rather than trying to have things happen as you wish." We build fortitude and resilience by accepting the inevitable nature of change and uncertainty, which enables us to gracefully and resiliently weather life's storms. Being calm also promotes a closer bond and empathy with other people. Those around us benefit from our capacity to be calm and focused in the midst of hardship. Those in need find comfort and support from our composed presence, which turns into a light of inspiration and hope. Becoming equanimous helps us to react to other people's suffering with compassion and empathy instead of becoming consumed by it. By keeping our calm, we develop generosity and kindness that promotes peaceful interactions and a feeling of oneness with all living things. Being calm also helps us to feel more connected to and compassionate toward other people, which makes us able to help and support them when they are in need. Developing equanimity in our lives helps us to appreciate and be calm in every moment as we become aware of the beauty and transience of life. 7. Acknowledging the present moment's gift. Living in the present moment becomes apparent as a transforming remedy to the turmoil of contemporary life in a world marked by constant distractions and constant work. Living in the now, which has its roots in age-old wisdom traditions like mindfulness meditation and Buddhism, asks us to put our whole attention on the richness of the moment rather than the regrets of the past or the worries of the future. Deep calm, happiness, and fulfillment are ours when we practice mindfulness and a strong sense of presence. Living in the present is fundamentally a conscious, non-judgmental attention to the unfolding of each moment as it arises. It acknowledges that the only reality we really live in is the now, that the past is simply a memory and the future only a potential. The present now is the only moment open to us, and it is the key to all moments, as Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh so eloquently says. We find a deep sense of liberation and tranquility when we anchor ourselves in the present and let go of regrets and concerns. The ability of present moment living to lessen pain is among its greatest blessings. A lot of our mental suffering results from thinking back on the past or worrying about the future, from regretting past transgressions, or from foreseeing problems. But when we turn our focus back to the here and now, regret and worry release us. We learn that the future is merely a projection of our imagination, and the past is merely a tale we make to ourselves. We develop a profound sense of acceptance and satisfaction through mindfulness and presence, and we take comfort in the simplicity of the present. Living in the now also helps one feel more intimately and connected to life. When we are totally present, we approach the world with curiosity and openness, taking in every experience with newness and amazement. We enjoy, with thankfulness and appreciation, the taste of a great meal, the warmth of a loved one's hug, and the beauty of a sunset. Developing a closer relationship with ourselves, with other people, and with the environment around us through living in the present moment helps us to feel more connected and at home. Living in the present also enables us to give whatever we are doing our whole attention at any one time. Rather than giving in to the temptation of multitasking or diversions, we give every task our whole attention. When we give any activity, working, playing, or just relaxing, our whole attention and presence, we are able to feel more fulfilled and satisfied. When walking, walk, as the Zen saying goes. Eat when you are eating. We discover the beauty and depth of life as it develops and find meaning and purpose in every moment as it happens when we accept the gift of the present. 8. Embracing the abundance of life. Goals and objectives can easily become lost in the daily grind, and we frequently fail to see the wealth of blessings all around us. Still, there is a deep discipline that can change our life among the din of obligations and diversions: the practice of thankfulness. The idea of developing thankfulness, based on ancient wisdom traditions and accepted by modern psychology, asks us to acknowledge and value the abundance, no matter how little, that exists in our lives. Our ability to be grateful and appreciative of the gifts we are given opens us up to happiness, contentment, and fulfillment. Gratefulness is fundamentally an appreciation of the wonderful things in our lives, the little and large gifts that make life more meaningful. It is a manner of being, a deliberate and conscious orientation towards the universe marked by appreciation and gratitude, not just a passing feeling or feeling. Our attention is invited to change from what we lack to what we have, from scarcity to abundance, by gratitude. Roman philosopher Cicero reportedly said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." We lay a basis for other virtues like compassion, generosity, and kindness by practicing appreciation. The ability of gratitude practice to promote happiness and fulfillment in our lives is among its best gifts. Growing a grateful heart helps us to see the abundance all around us, even in the face of obstacles and setbacks in life. We learn to understand that happiness is a state of mind, a viewpoint that acknowledges and values the benefits that are present in every moment, rather than being dependent on outside events or material belongings. By means of thankfulness practice, we develop a profound sense of fulfillment and contentment, taking delight in the small pleasures in life. And being grateful changes the way we see misfortune and suffering. A grateful and appreciative attitude to life changes our viewpoint from one of victimization to one of empowerment. We come to see that there are gifts to be found even in the face of challenges, lessons to be learned, talents to be found, and chances for development and change. Redefining our difficulties as chances for growth and learning, gratitude helps us to develop inner strength and resilience in the face of hardship. Gratitude also helps us feel more connected and like we belong in our relationships. Our relationships of friendship, love, and community are strengthened when we show our gratitude to people for the gifts they make to our lives. Being grateful encourages generosity and reciprocity, which in turn motivates deeds of compassion and kindness that improve the lives of everyone around us. As the American writer William Arthur Ward famously said, "It's like wrapping a gift and not giving it, to feel grateful but not express it." Our relationships and communities are flooded with positivity and plenty when we show our gratitude to others. 9. Accepting life as it comes and letting go of control. The method that the Stoic philosophy illuminates the path toward profound inner peace on the path of life is the tranquility of surrender. Giving up the illusion of control and allowing life to flow is aligning with the natural order of the universe. As far as we may attempt to influence outside circumstances, Stoicism holds that true mastery is realizing how inevitably unpredictable life is. Giving in courageously admits our small sphere of power, not weakness or failure. When we release the attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves of the burden of ongoing effort and anxiety. Rather, the knowledge that something greater than our own ambitions and desires is at work gives us comfort. We let ourselves to be really present and to elegantly and peacefully enjoy every moment when we let life to flow through us. We discover how to gracefully and acceptingly negotiate the currents of life when we trust in the natural order of the cosmos. By this surrender, we discover a profound inner peace that maintains us anchored in the eternal calm of the now, unaffected by the ups and downs of the outer world. 10. Accepting the skill of disengagement. The ability to let go shines as a compass for inner tranquility in the fabric of Stoic philosophy. Adopting the detachment art means letting go of the attachment to results and realizing that everything is transient. We learn from Stoicism that real freedom is the giving up of our attachment to other people and events. We release ourselves of the weight of expectation and worry when we give up the never-ending quest of control. Detachment is an art that helps us to gracefully and calmly negotiate life's uncertainties, therefore fostering a deep sense of peace. The Stoic philosopher, unaffected by the ups and downs of life, stays rooted in the quiet core of their being rather than being tossed about by the tides of fortune. Furthermore, letting go helps us to develop a greater sense of gratitude for the here and now. The ageless tranquility of the present and now gives us comfort when we let go of our attachment to the past and future. Let go wisdom is really a transforming technique that enables us to experience real inner tranquility. By practicing detachment, Stoics represent the age-old knowledge of controlling the mind and escaping the oppression of want and yearning. I value your company on my historical and wise journey. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share my channel for more interesting studies if you liked and learned from this content. Your encouragement inspires me to impart knowledge. Leave a comment to say hi or to share any thoughts or questions. Till the next time, I'll be interested in looking into it.